guys!
Yeah.
This is the clitoris. Ta-da! It's like that iceberg picture that everyone, like, it really scared me as a kid, where you have like the iceberg on top and then like this big thing on the bottom. Hey everyone, it's Harriet Sugarcookie, and today I'm here with Lola Jean, the squirting queen. Hi Lola.
Hello.
Lola is a sex educator, and today she'll be educating us all about the clitoris and how it works. I've always thought men think of it as like the Bermuda Triangle of the women. I think you have an actual example of a clitoris?
I do, which I think many people are going to be surprised what this looks like, because everyone thinks they just see this part here.
The little nub?
Exactly, and knowing that it's like actually something that's very large and more closer to the size and weight of maybe an average size penis.
An average size penis? Is that soft or erect?
Probably soft, yeah. But, case in point, the clitoris can also be erect too.
Is
so in
that
different
so?
states. Actually, when the clitoris is erect, it just kind of goes straight like a little penis. So this is a flaccid clitoris. I think because the clitoris is something that is solely built for pleasure, and that's its sole purpose, and we know that that's how people get off, that's how the majority of women are going to find orgasm, that they just go straight for it. And the reality is, it's the same thing if you touch a penis that's not erect, is they're not always ready for it. And you don't necessarily need clitoral stimulation the entire time on the very tip of the clit, because all the nerves are concentrated in this part, but they extend throughout the entire body. And even though it's internal, it's possible to stimulate the clitoris not directly on the tip. That like all women with clitorises have different sensitivities, and some people, when they might like a ton of touch, others might not like that at all.
Where is the rest of the clitoris in regards to the lady parts? Because I think here we've kind of dropped a big bomb on everyone going, hey guys, this is the clitoris, ta-da! Where would you say the rest of it, the majority of it, is?
Yeah, so of the part that you see, which is this that's only exposed, and the rest of it kind of, so when aroused, the legs wrap around the vaginal canal, which is why some people might find vaginal penetration more pleasurable, that or if the penis is going into the vagina, it may be rubbing on the clitoris if it's closer to the vaginal canal. So all of these parts are accessed, and actually this middle part right here, this is the elusive G-spot. And why it's so pleasurable is that when you're hitting right there, when you're going this up and down, you're jostling the entire structure. So all of the different parts are feeling that.
I guess here, your hands go up to the clitoris, in fact.
Exactly.
I think knowing what it is you're aiming for might help you find this G-spot.
Yeah, exactly. And still too, there's other parts where a lot of people like the top, like the shaft of their clitoris. So if you kind of go just like above it and press down, you're also kind of jostling a little bit more of it that way. So that tends to be a very like, popular spot with people.
Can you actually stimulate the clitoris with your tongue internally?
Yeah, that would be very difficult for anyone to do so. You can definitely, I mean, like, unless you have like, you know, crazy Gene Simmons tongue or something like that. But I think what the mouth is really great for is, so suction.
Right.
Obviously we're seeing a lot of suction toys. They're crazy popular for a reason. That's something your mouth can do that no other part of your body can. So if you do the suction combined with like the movement of the tongue, that's something that's really nice on the clitoris that isn't applying as much pressure as like a hand or a penis or something of that nature. The tongue is the strongest part of the body, the strongest muscle in the body, but it exhausts very quickly. And instead of having to rely on moving your tongue really fast, your tongue's attached to your mouth, attached to your head, so you can just use your head to move things around. I also find that people with clitorises tend to either like general surface area or pinpointed pressure. It's one or the other. And you can figure out pretty quickly what someone responds to. So if it's a general surface area, then realizing with your tongue, you can kind of just put attention on the rest of the surface area, including the clit, and not just focusing it entirely on that.
How do you know if someone's ready?
Well, you can start paying attention to see if you can notice the erection. Just pay attention to the tip of the clitoris and start to notice when it's in an erect state or not. So when it starts looking a bit more engorged, when the color changes a little bit, when it's protruding a little bit more, or you can just do the old-fashioned thing and communicate with your partner.
Ah, yeah, that old trick.
There's a huge pleasure gap and orgasm gap, and a lot of women are faking orgasm for the sake of male ego. So then it becomes this whole question of like, is female pleasure a derivative of male pleasure? Because we're trying to fake pleasure to give them pleasure. And so then it becomes like, are we getting pleasure from just giving them pleasure of thinking that we're being pleasured? And then it's like this whole loop that we're continuing to feed into, where, you know, then that's a certain point, like when we're asking for like, I like this certain thing, and then like something's wrong with you because every other woman I've been with has liked this thing. Because if you're doing the same thing with every single like vulva that you encounter, then you're doing something wrong. If you do the same thing and then change it up based on the reaction, you're probably doing it right.
I think that's a very good point to end on for this interview. I feel like I have a lot to digest. I have a lot of introspection to do right now.
And a lot of masturbation too.
That too. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This was Lola Jean, the squirting queen. And thank you so much. I hope you've learned just as much or even half as much as I did about the clitoris.